Hello, friends. I'm Elizabeth Urbanowicz with Foundation Worldview, and today's teaching tip is a question that you can ask when teaching science. After completing a science experiment, you can ask the children that you're teaching, what parts of this experiment show God's design? And do any parts show the effect of sin? That asking this question will help the children you are teaching begin to think through science from a biblical worldview, from the lens of creation, fall, redemption. For example, I know that many science curriculums have children go through the egg drop experiment, where they are given a certain amount of resources that they can use to create some kind of craft to protect an egg when it is dropped from a height. So after the children you are teaching have gone through that experiment, have made observations, have seen which crafts help keep the egg safe, which ones actually don't help keep it safe, you can then ask this question. What parts of this experiment show God's design? And do any parts show the effects of sin? So in this experiment, we see God's design through the way that humans can learn more about their environment and seek to improve it. That as they're going through this experiment with the egg, they can learn from their mistakes and see, okay, which type of materials are good for protecting the egg, which type are not. And now this aligns with Genesis 1:28, which says, "And God blessed them, and God said to them, be fruitful and multiply and fill the earth and subdue it, and have dominion over the fish of the sea and over the birds of the heavens and over every living thing that moves on the earth." That God has given humans the responsibility of learning more about their environment, of cultivating it, of subduing it. Then in this experiment with the egg drop, we see the effects of sin in that parts of creation can be ruined or destroyed. That in this experiment, many eggs are going to be destroyed. And this aligns with Genesis 3:17, where God is talking to Adam and he says, "Cursed is the ground because of you. In pain you shall eat of it all the days of your life." That because Adam and Eve rebelled against God, that now the ground is cursed and there are parts of creation that are going to be ruined or destroyed. Another example would be, I know that many science curriculums also have students go through the observation of life cycles of a butterfly. So if you are working with the children that you're teaching and you get caterpillars and you observe them as they go through the caterpillar stage and then the chrysalis stage and then the butterfly stage, you can ask, in this experiment, where do we see God's design? And do we see any parts of the effects of sin? And in that experiment, you see that creation follows a specific pattern that has been pre-established for it. That every time you have a caterpillar, in order to become a butterfly, it is going to go through the same predetermined stages. And this aligns with Genesis 1:24-25, which says, "And God said, let the earth bring forth living creatures according to their kinds, livestock and creeping things, and beasts of the earth according to their kinds. And it was so. And God made the beasts of the earth according to their kinds, and the livestock according to their kinds, and everything that creeps on the ground according to its kind. And God saw that it was good." That God has established this order. In this experiment, we also see the effects of sin in that usually not all caterpillars make it through the life cycle. There usually are one or two in a batch that will die in the chrysalis stage. And this aligns with what we see in Scripture. In Romans 8, verses 20-22, it says, "For the creation was subjected to futility, not willingly, but because of him who subjected it, in hope that the creation itself will be set free from its bondage to corruption and obtain the freedom of the glory of the children of God. For we know that the whole creation has been groaning together in the pains of childbirth until now." And as you do this experiment and you see that not all of the caterpillars make it to the butterfly stage, that some die in the chrysalis stage, this is a reminder that all creation is groaning, waiting for Jesus to return and make all things new. Well, today's teaching tip has been a question that you can ask after completing a science experiment. And just as a reminder, it is, what part of this experiment shows God's design? And does any part show the effects of sin. I hope that you found this teaching tip helpful. For more tips on helping the children you are teaching think biblically, please feel free to check out our other resources at foundationworldview.com. Thanks so much for joining me today for this teaching tip, and I'll see you next time.